3 Georgia men were found guilty Wednesday by a jury in Georgia for the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Travis McMichael, 35, was found guilty on all charges. Travis's father, Gregory McMichael, 65, was found guilty on all but one charge, and William Roddy Bryan, 51, was found guilty on 6 of 9 charges. Legal analyst Danny Ceballos explains more about the trial and its outcome on MSNBC. Take a look.
Right now is all 3 men being taken into custody of the sheriff, as the judge just said. Again, all 3 men convicted of felony murder in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, although the counts differ for the 3 men. Let's try to figure out what exactly happened there with that jury and bring in Danny Ceballos. So, Danny, the big headline here, though, Travis McMichael, the man who pulled the trigger, held the gun, pulled the trigger, killed Ahmaud Arbery, found guilty of all 9 counts. His father not found guilty of malice murder. That's count 1. Why would the jury decide that?
That's an interesting result. So what the jury is essentially saying is that Travis McMichael committed felonies. Those felonies resulted in the death of Ahmaud Arbery, and that he intended, at least with malice, as that's defined in the law, to shoot and kill Ahmaud Arbery. What the jury concluded, apparently, as to his father, was that he was guilty of all the felonies: false imprisonment, aggravated assault with the car, all of those things, threatening him with a gun, and that those felonies caused the death of Ahmaud Arbery, although they concluded that he did not actually cause the death with malice. They may have just been concluding that, hey, because only one person fired the gun, that's the person we're going to get with malice murder, and everybody else, they committed felonies, and the resulting conduct was that somebody died. That's about all you need for felony murder.
Break down what happened with William Roddy Bryan, because he was found not guilty on 3 of the counts, but guilty on the rest.
Yeah, I'm still playing catch up on William Roddy Bryan, and I thought he was the only one who had a path to acquittal because he never possessed a gun, and there was evidence that he didn't know really until the last second that this was that the other guys had guns. But from my count here, and I think we'll wait for the official tally, is it makes sense in that if they weren't going to find Father McMichael guilty on the malice murder, then they probably weren't going to find Roddy Bryan guilty of the malice murder. But then you get to the count 2, and that was aggravated assault with a firearm. No surprise there, because the jury likely concluded that he had no firearm. They could have concluded that he was a party to the guys who did have firearms, but in this case, they must have concluded that the ag assault with the firearm was not something William Roddy Bryan did. But when they got to the aggravated assault with a car, an aggravated assault is just essentially scaring the heck out of somebody with a giant vehicle. That can be aggravated assault. And if a death results, then you have felony murder. So the jury did conclude that as to the aggravated assault with a motor vehicle, that William Roddy Bryan was committing an aggravated assault. And I thought that was a likely outcome.
Civil rights attorney Kristen Gibbons-Fedden explained that the race baiting clearly backfired after the defense suggested that Arbery had dirty toenails. During the trial, defense lawyers also frequently complained about pastors of color in the courtroom and other community leaders of color who joined the Arbery family. Gibbons-Fedden also noted how profound the verdict is because it was just a few years ago that George Zimmerman was acquitted in the killing of Trayvon Martin. According to USA Today, the result of today may inspire a sigh of relief that the criminal justice system worked, but it will take much greater determination from all Americans to purge racial bias from our criminal justice system and our society at large. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe. And join others who like their news raw too.